For 100 years, Volunteers of America Dakotas has made an impact. We've changed lives. We've served those who need us most. We create change through commitment, compassion, empowerment. We uplift children, youth, and families. For 100 years, we've helped the most vulnerable people in South Dakota, impacting the lives of people just like Jaime.
I started using alcohol and marijuana when I was 14, and I moved on to using methamphetamine when I was 15. I ended up being addicted to that for the next 10 years. It was one chaotic thing after another happening in my life. You know, eviction notices, almost getting my light shut off all the time. And then I brought in my 2 boys into the world. I was 19 when I had my oldest son. I think I had just turned 21 when my second son was born. So I remember being in that place where I really wanted to quit and I really wanted help, but I had no idea where to even look. I didn't know how to take the first step and I didn't know how to ask anyone for help. And so I remember having very little faith in any God or any spirituality, but saying, if there is a God out there, I need to get out of this mess I've created because I don't know how to get out of it by myself. And so I always think of like me being arrested and going to jail and then ending up in treatment and eventually ending up at Volunteers of America New Start. It was a blessing in disguise because it's what I needed in order for me to get the help I needed. And I remember calling New Start all the time saying, do you have a bed open for me yet? Do you have a bed open for me yet? Because I'd heard it's such a great place for pregnant women and women who are trying to get custody of their kids back. One day the counselor finally said, I can tell you really want to be here, so we're gonna let you have the next bed that opens up. So I was just relieved. I remember being just so excited. That little voice in my head that kept me going was that these kids need you and you're their mom and you don't want them to live without you. And I didn't want to live without them. I was pregnant with my youngest son when I went into treatment. And I often tell him, like, you helped save me because I think that being pregnant with you helped me take this more seriously. And so he even said, and he'd say, I helped save my mom, you know. I remember thinking, man, this is what being a mom is supposed to be like. I missed out on this being an addict, missed out on the bonding and cherishing these moments. And I was so focused on my addiction and myself. And then now I get to put my kids first. It's very rewarding. You know, I don't feel like I would ever go back and relive any of that 10 years of my addiction, but I feel like all of that helped me be where I am today and helped me doing what I am today. As a counselor who's helping people who are struggling with addiction, I never know what impact I have on somebody. I never know what seeds I'm planting. So I feel like as a donor, it's the same thing. Like you may not know what direct impact you're having on somebody if you donate to some place like Volunteers of America, but just know that you are making an impact, that it is making a difference.
For 100 years, Volunteers of America Dakotas has impacted our community, and we're just getting started. We're ready for the next century. Are you with us?